Hey guys, I'm Scott Selby and this is Andrew Myers. Welcome to another 360 test drive with Classic Mazda of Denton. Today we are going to be testing out the 2020 Mazda 3. This one is in the premium trim level. So we're going to kind of touch on the most fully loaded version, and then, you know, there's always options to save you some money down the line. So going to go ahead and hit that start button, foot on the brake. Starts right up every single time. You're going to notice, first of all, that you've got your command center right here. So this is going to be your commander wheel, and this is going to be the Mazda Connect system. You use the commander wheel to control the Mazda Connect system. Down here is going to be your electronic parking brake as well as auto hold, which we'll touch on during our drive here in a minute. This is your sport mode button, so when you kick it forward, it's going to put you in sport mode, try to give you as much power as possible. The rest of the time, it's going to just try to get you the best fuel economy possible. On the steering wheel, you're going to notice a bunch of controls. Left side is going to be to control your audio, phone calls, things like that. Right side is going to be for your radar cruise control, and if you're not familiar with radar cruise control, it is awesome. Let's say you're going 75 miles an hour down the highway, you come up on somebody who's doing 55. Normally you'd have to hit your brakes or change your cruise control or something like that, but it's automatically going to detect that guy, match you to his speed, and then when he moves out of your way, it's going to pick right back up to 75 just like nothing ever happened. Back here you have your automatic headlights. On the right side, you're going to have your automatic windshield wipers. You do have different settings on these too, but I like having the auto on. Just make sure you turn it off if you decide to go to a car wash, because it will work. Yes. It works every single time.
Works almost too good. When you go to a car wash, it won't stop working. It's going to end up tearing off your wiper blades, so that's super important. That's why they give you this handy little light there, so when you turn it off,
it lets you know.
It lets you know, yeah.
Alright guys, so to start driving in this vehicle, it's automatically going to have the parking brake on. You just want to put your foot on the brake and press down right here. That's going to release the parking brake. And another feature I wanted to talk about was this auto hold right here. So I'm going to turn that on, and when we come to our first stop, I'm actually going to explain how it works, okay? So we're going to get out on the road here. So the CX-30, if you're not familiar, where does it fit in our lineup?
CX-30 is going to be slightly larger than your Mazda 3 sedan and CX-3, but just under the sizing of a CX-5. So
kind of mid.
Yeah, you know, if you're a single professional, maybe have pets, or a single with significant other, that it's just you two driving, this is a perfect car for y'all. It's going to have an excellent amount of cargo space to store groceries or to pack up, go on a vacation, but not too much space to where you're like driving around with half an empty car, you know.
And guys, I mentioned that auto hold a few minutes ago, okay? So I turned it on when we got in the car. I haven't touched the button again. You don't have to touch it again. So it's on. I've come to a complete stop. It says hold on my dash here. If I lift my foot off the brake, the car's not going anywhere. You can see I'm dancing around. My feet are not on the brake. When I'm ready to go, just hit the gas, and it's going to let go of the brakes for you.
So basically an idle hold. So it'll keep you from idling forward when you're sitting in drive. So it's really good for drive-thrus or for long traffic lights or even traffic jams.
Yeah, if you're anything like me, I get distracted sometimes. So like you were talking about earlier, if I was going through a drive-thru and I dropped my phone or something, I would reach for it and I probably would have my foot slip off the brake pedal, the car would lurch forward, and it just would not be good for anybody. So awesome to have those kind of safety features watching your back. And guys, you'll notice the ride in this thing is just really quiet.
Super smooth.
It's so composed.
That's that luxury approach that Mazda's taking with building these new cars. They're trying to keep you connected with your vehicle, but let all of the other annoyances of driving kind of fade away. So not a whole lot of wind noise, not a whole lot of hearing the bumps and vibrations and harshness that you get from driving on like an asphalt road or a gravel road. You're not going to have those issues in this car. So,
and it's really designed to make it easy to drive. I mean, you've got systems like that G-vectoring control. I mean, you see we just did a long swooping corner. My hand didn't move at all on the steering wheel. It takes out all those micro corrections and just makes it nice, smooth cornering. And I want to talk about the electronic brake force distribution too, guys. We're coming to a stop sign, it just kind of reminded me. Normally, cars are going to be front brake biased. So when you slam on the brakes, especially in an emergency braking situation, all the car's weight is going onto those front wheels. It's actually lifting up off of the back wheels a little bit, which doesn't make for the most stable of situations.
Right.
With electronic brake force distribution, it's going to try to transfer some of that power to the rear wheels as well, so that way the car squats down evenly, so you have controlled braking, smooth braking, and shorter braking distances.
That's right.
And I'll kind of demonstrate that as we come up to this stop sign. This camera's got like a little motion sensor thingy on it, so it might look weird sitting down, but we can explain it to you at least.
Yeah.
So, setting down on the brakes. See how it just like, it sets down. It's weird.
Gentle.
Yeah, it's It's a really cool feeling.
Decrease in speed.
It really inspires confidence. I mean, I feel like I have control of the vehicle when I'm stepping on the brakes.
These cars almost make you feel like you're a professional driver. They
Right.
just handle so well that you'll find yourself
all
taking
about fun.
turns a little faster, corners a little harder than you normally would, but it's all in good fun.
All right, guys, and I'm actually going to go ahead and put it in sport mode here. Give you a little bit of taste of that acceleration. What it's going to do is actually change your shift points and change your fuel mapping to try and give you as much power as possible. Normally, it's going for best economy, sport mode, most power. That's all you got to know. As soon as we get up to the stoplight up here, I'll demonstrate that. And I don't know if I spoke about this earlier, but being the premium trim level, this one's going to have that heads-up display in front of you. If you're not familiar with like an active driving display, it's going to display your speed, it's going to display radar cruise control information, it's going to display blind spot monitoring information, things like that. It's not disorienting or confusing at all. It actually looks like it's projected a little in front of the vehicle, so you're not looking away from the road ever. All right, make sure we got a safe turn here. All right, guys, and once we straighten out, I'm going to give it some gas and let you kind of see the acceleration on this thing. Nice, smooth acceleration.
No problem getting up to 60.
No problem at all. And then once again, that G vectoring control, you feel it going around this corner. I'm not making any corrections on the steering wheel. I just set the corner. We're good to go. And guys, this one does come with a lot of safety features. It's going to have that smart brake support. So let's say this guy decided to whip out in front of me real quick. It would detect that. It would tell me to hit the brakes. And if I didn't hit the brakes, it would do it for me. Looks like he was about to actually whip over this way.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Premonition.
But that smart brake support is amazing. If you're ever on the highway and something crazy happens, or even if you're in a parking lot and something crazy happens, it's going to detect that, going to tell you to brake, and if you don't do it, it's got your back, it's going to do that for you. Was there anything you wanted to add before we...
While we're on the technology subject, I did want to add the CX-30 is in a unique position in our Mazda lineup. It's one of the only vehicles ever to come with a connected service at launch. This one actually has remote start for free for the first 3 years of ownership. There's nothing you have to do other than activate it through your My Mazda app, and that's a kind of a one-stop shop for looking at service information, and general ownership of your vehicle helps you with owner's manual guides and things like that. So there's just a lot of technology and things to take advantage of on these vehicles, and that remote start is standard on every single CX-30. So definitely take advantage of that if you're interested.
Well, you heard it here first, guys. The 2020 Mazda 3 is the way to go. If you want to know more, give us a call at 940-498-9800, or you can reach us at classicmazdaofdenton.com or on Facebook. And once again, this is Andrew Myers. He's going to be the assistant manager up here. He'll take excellent care of you.
Thank y'all.